Let's continue this discussion with Kendall Coffey. He was a federal prosecutor and now a Miami attorney. Kendall, thanks so much for being with us this morning.
Thanks for including me. Very much fascinating and historic day for the legal world.
Yeah, to say the least. Kendall, for starters, I want to ask you this. What are the implications of this case, not just for the former president, but for our legal and political systems as a whole?
Well, first of all, now that we've seen a former president being prosecuted by a new administration, there are going to be those that wonder if we've somehow crossed a line we never had before, which was to be, not only respectful of elements of our government, but to not fall into a scenario where people are going back and perhaps prosecuting their political adversaries, or in this case, prosecuting somebody who right now has a significant following in the campaign for presidency in 2024.
And as you know, Trump was indicted on a Thursday. By the weekend, this past weekend, he was campaigning in North Carolina, in Georgia. This latest indictment doesn't seem to be slowing him down, and it doesn't keep him from running for president, nor does it keep him from taking office. So in your eyes, what is the most consequential concern that the former president should have about this federal indictment?
Well, I think he has to take it very seriously. It's not a political stunt. It brings in the powers, the enormous powers of the Department of Justice. And based on their indictment, they are saying he should go to prison. People may be skeptical about why was Trump prosecuted this aggressively, but reading the indictment page by page, count by count, there's a significant evidence that the president and his legal team are going to have to explain with respect to the storage and misstorage of classified documents.
And to your point there about the storage, to the left-hand side of you on the screen, we're showing all of those photos. We've seen the boxes of documents stacked up at Mar-a-Lago in the ballroom, also a bathroom there on property. Will this be as much of a slam dunk for prosecutors' case as they assume?
I don't think it's going to be a slam dunk by any means, because the president's view is going to be, he thought he declassified it. The boxes themselves are boxes with all kinds of stuff, including some of his stuff. The extent to which the government may have to prove personal knowledge of each document and which box could complicate it. And like any other case, there are witnesses whose credibility the defense will have to attack. In this case, we know that one of the former president's own lawyers emerges as an important witness for the government against Trump. So you can expect an all-out assault on the credibility of that former lawyer, that witness, if and when this case goes to trial.
And in your eyes, should the DOJ have brought these charges because of the national security risk of Trump having these documents, or should other avenues have been pursued?
Well, there are voices urging the other avenues to be thoroughly exhausted first. And that certainly seems to be the most appropriate approach. What we don't know in detail is whether they tried everything possible and Trump either refused or misled. That's what they're saying in this indictment. And if so, at some point, when it comes to classified documents, and there are significant documents in here with respect to nuclear capabilities, defense capabilities of allies, at some point, the moment may come when, if all else fails, you've got to utilize the criminal process in order to get the documents back and to send a message and to seek accountability when documents of that importance are, according to the government, spread out like old letters and trash on the floor.
And there's also been lots of talk, a trial could head into, last through the primaries, the general election. In your crystal ball, if you will, when do you expect that we would actually see a trial take place?
That's a very difficult question, because normally it would take 12 months to 16 months. Is that going to be an acceptable time frame, given the fact that former President Trump is obviously at this point a viable political candidate for an election in which he would be running against Joe Biden, the very person who appointed the leaders of the Department of Justice that is now prosecuting Trump?
And could it coincide with his New York trial as well? And how do those play out at the same time? Only a few seconds left, by the way.
Generally, federal trials go first.
Okay. Federal trials come first. Kendall Coffey, thanks so much for your time, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.